Hi, today I wanted to share with you a really fantastic resource that a lot of you might be looking for now that you are creating your own videos for your students to do some of these distance learning projects. And once we do return to the classrooms, these will still be very useful for you and for your students when creating any kind of a presentation that you want to share with other people and have some background noise, some sound effects, or just some background music. This is the YouTube audio library. And what we're looking at here is a list of resources, materials that you can use for free. And as you'll see when I go through the search functions, some of them don't even require any kind of attribution. For those that do require attribution, please be a great role model for your students with this and include that attribution in any of your projects that you do have. Just like we want them to cite their sources when they're doing research, anytime we add music or images that we don't own, we do want to have a citations slide or page as part of our project. So the link, you can just go to youtube.com/audio library and you will have the opportunity to look at this page that has lots of different music that you can use, categorized in lots of different ways. If you look here on the left, if you click these play buttons, it'll play a sampling of the music. And when you click the name of the song, it will expand a little bit and basically let you know you're free to use this in your videos or any of your presentations. You can also do a search by genre, and as you can see, there are quite a few genres here. You can search by mood, which I think is pretty cool. You can search by instrument if you have a particular type of music that you like yourself. Maybe you're really into acoustic guitar or electric guitar. Maybe you really like strings. You can pick music that's based on all of that. Duration is another useful filter here, because maybe you have a 15-minute video and you don't want to have to edit in the music 3 and 4 and 5 times if it's a short song. You can find a song that is close to the length of your video or presentation so that you only have to use the song maybe twice. This is the most important button for the filtering that I think you would want to look at. Attribution not required. I would start there. If you can find something that you like without having to give an attribution, then you don't have to worry about giving that credit to the creator. It still would be a nice thing if you did, but it's not required. You're not going to get into any trouble using that music. If you've looked through all of the materials that do not require attribution, and you want to start looking into the ones that do say attribution required, they really make it easy for you to include that attribution in your project or presentation. Once I selected this over here, I can click on the name of this song that I was looking at, and maybe I listened to it and I really liked it. It tells me that I'm free to use it, but I have to include this in my video description. So if I'm putting a video on YouTube and I'm describing it, I have to include this information. I also want to include this information on a credits slide or a credits page in any of my presentations. But it's obviously very easy to use this, and you don't have to wonder if you've included enough information in your attribution, because they give you everything that you need. You can also search in the search box for any particular artist. Maybe you happen to like Unicorn Heads, who I have found to have some very uplifting and interesting music. You can see here they're listed as having 2 categories, that it is rock music and that it is a bright mood. So that's very cool. So this is all music. Most of the music that I've clicked on and experimented with has no lyrics, so it's really nice background music. You also have a tab up here toward the top for sound effects. So when you click that, you can find just about any kind of sound effect that you want to look for. Under category, you have a whole bunch of them. All kinds of ambiance noises and emergency or Foley refers to the sounds like in a movie when you hear a knock on the door. There's actually probably not somebody knocking on the door, or you hear silverware hit the floor. That's probably not somebody in the movie doing that. It's probably from a Foley artist who has made or recorded these sounds outside of the scene, and then they were imported in the final editing. Human voices, people talking in the background, maybe that would add an impact in part of your presentation. Or weather, that would be something else. Sounds of transportation, sounds of sports. So there's a lot of different categories here, or you can search specifically for one that you want. Maybe I want to have bird sounds in the back. So I can click on that and find several options here, lots of options, and they're alphabetized, and I can go through and I can find the different sounds that I want. So this is just a quickie introduction to using the free audio library from YouTube. Good luck with it. I'd love to see some of your projects, and thanks for tuning in.